Alright, hi, welcome everyone to your West Indies versus New Zealand third and final test review. I have joining me today Luke, two good friends of mine, Luke Stowe and Shamar Blunt. We'll be reviewing this third test. I don't know if Shamar has to leave, so Shamar wants to,
Oh yeah, I could give
oh,
you an hour.
yeah, give it what?
I gave you an hour.
An hour? I don't know if it's an hour, but
Okay.
never know. I don't know. No West Indies thing, I don't know. So final test. Plan to go through it day by day, but there's just some things about West Indies cricket like just annoys me. And in this game, I just feel very annoyed over the fact that I do not understand personally speaking why Jermaine Blackwood is not was not in the team. I checked, I don't know, everywhere I could possibly find to find out maybe he was injured or something happened to him. I don't know.
He
Yeah,
wasn't injured. He wasn't injured because he was feeling very well.
he went out there and feel he feel it for the match.
Yeah, he was substitute for Chanapal a lot because Chanapal spent majority of the time that West Indies spent on the field, Chanapal spent inside dressing room. So Jermaine Blackwood or Young Johnson was on the field for Chanapal most of the time.
Right. Well, that just makes it even more upsetting because I don't understand like why he was excluded for the game. I mean, you have a man go out there and made what was it, 63, 66, whatever he made, hitting the ball down the ground, batting, batting very well to me. Then you have the next game and you decide to drop him while he's in form.
But the player you decide to bring in for the match doesn't even perform, doesn't even get a wicket, and supposed to be a really good first class bowler. You bring him in to get wickets, and he doesn't even get one, not one. That's just poor.
I don't know. And the thing is that in this game, West Indies lower order, and especially in second innings, made most of the runs. Is like you have like they have the batting order wrong or something. You have, I mean, I know just a whole can bat, but it's like if he didn't make that 50 runs, what would have happened to them? It would have made less than 200, get beat by even larger lead. It's just very disappointing to think that. I don't know what the West Indies cricket board honestly thinks of. Like what they think in their head if they just decide, you know what, this guy's in form, you know, let me just drop him, man. He ain't need to be anything.
But
And then
the thing is, right? That has been happening for years. Like West Indies haven't had like a consistent top and middle batting since like what the early 2000s. So yeah, like the strongest thing that West Indies have now, and they've had for a while, is probably their bowling attack. Even though they may not always be consistent, it's the strongest thing they have. Like if you consider the batting averages versus the bowling averages, the bowlers for West Indies always come on top. Even if they don't always bowl out a team, they still perform better than the batsmen. So yeah.
that's very true, you know. Whenever you think about it, you would like whenever West Indies have to chase down a total, you see West Indies like say have to make I don't know 350 runs or something like that, and they give them a day to make it, and then they go out there and before I don't know before tea time or something, so they lost like 7 wickets, and in those cases the bowlers would have gone out there and put in a lot of hard work get the wickets. So all right, we could get 350, you know, we got a low time. And the batter just goes out there. I don't know if they're trying to see how fast they can make the runs or something, but always end up being a case where the guys go out there, bat fast, go back in the pavilion. And it's like one man comes out, realize that the man before him got out, hitting the ball up in the air. He goes out, trying the same thing too, and go back in the pavilion. Same rut over and over West Indies. I don't understand. Like I don't know if you also well Luke may not see Sensei on a different channel, but I had sent a video where Curdy Amos was actually talking about West Indies cricket. I don't know if Shamar saw it, but he was talking and saying that the cricket now is horrible. He said there's really no interest in cricket. Like the days gone by, the wickets aren't as good, the players aren't as passionate. And he himself even said he don't even think he can sit down and watch a full day of Test cricket because they're asking him to come on the with Barry Wilkinson and Andrew Mason to do the reviews and go watch the game and all that. And he say he don't think he can sit down and watch cricket. Just just horrible at this level that West Indies play at. And you say you can't sugarcoat it and say that the cricket is good because it isn't. It's just the same
But you
nonsense
see,
over and
the
over.
thing is, the West Indies cricket board isn't really helping West Indies cause because if you remember back in the old days, like most of the good batsmen and bowlers are like, but most of the good batsmen they will be sent to England to play in county cricket
Mm-hmm.
to understand. You have to bat for them all the time, and you will build partnerships, and you will understand how to move the ball around the pitch, and so on and so forth. Right now, we do have the 4 day game in the Caribbean, but that's only one 4 day game. That's only happened like once to be our rest of the tests that we have are 1 days and 2020s. And as we have seen recently, 2020s have taken over the international scale. Like I'm sure you remember that years ago there was this whole argument and stuff between IPL and the ICC. The ICC didn't want the IPL having those star matches during the time when cricket now played. IPL was saying that it's more money and more lucrative, so we don't care. We're gonna go forward with it. ICC saw that hey, we are getting some money from this thing as well, so they let IPL go with it. So no, IPL is held like I think twice a year. If I'm wrong, I'm not sure. I think it's twice a year. It's now held, brings in a ton of money, but doesn't produce any sort of good cricketers at all. Like people will say, "Oh, Belinga had this sort of average during the IPL, or he had sort of average," but when they come back to the normal game, it's like, what? What has changed? There's still crap. Gill has come back. Gill hasn't
And look
reached
at,
any sort of runs.
yeah, and look at how many scandals IPL has caused in cricket so far. We're missing our number one spinner now because he missed the training camp 1 day late because he had to play in the IPL final. He wanted to play in the IPL final.
Exactly. So it's like the IPL is a good thing in that it has put more interest in cricket in the countries where fine you had interest, but it wasn't like on that level.
Yeah.
But then it's like you are not producing any good players. Like I, for me, I prefer the test match format because in test match you can pretty much separate the goat from the sheep. You can see who can actually bat and who can actually bowl. Right now, most of the players we have are IPL players. All of them come from IPL. They don't know how to bat for even a whole day. Furthermore, 3 days. And it's like, when's the last time we saw a person actually go out there and actually bat? And I mean, like, seriously bat. Ignore
Shannon Paul.
Sean Paul, who is accustomed to
Going back to we going back to the days before that. I try to remember which World Cup it was, but when we lost in the World Cup and we came back home, there was a whole big scandal. All the players went on strike. The next series, um, home to with Bangladesh, saw Florifa being captain, a whole bunch of new men thrown in together,
like,
and from there we lost Sarwan, never come back.
so legit.
And that
So what?
ended off that
Oh, boy.
England series at home. The end of the England series at home with the double hundred at Kensington Oval, and from there we just lost it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all saw the field that was set for Darren Bravo in the third test, but this really got on my nerves. It was a short extra cover, a short cover, a silly mid off, about 2 or 3 slits and a gully. And McCullum is basically just saying to Bravo, all right, we got you covered. We know your strength is the cover drive. You like to play that through the covers all the time when we bowl the ball outside off stump. So you know what, go for it. And every single time Saudi or Trent Bolt was swinging it outside off stump, he was going for it. Now he get a few in the middle of the bat, get a few for four, and next thing you know, edge onto the gully, split, and caught one. Start the first innings, start the second innings, healthy staying trap both times.
I have my issues with how Darren Bravo goes about his game. I don't know if he's trying to look too pretty out there sometimes when he's out there and bat, or his brain is just shut off at times and he doesn't reason the game out because I don't know. I think at this point in time, he to me should be more of a senior man in that team because he's been here for how long has he been in West Indies, like I can't remember. It's 4 or 5 years or a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, West Indies team for a while now, and he hasn't. At times, just go there and does some silly things, and there's a case where the team really needed him to pull through, especially in second innings to net the runs. And to me, it was batting good, but like, he got foolish. And as you said, the field was set for him, and he just fed into it. And the only boy used to do that a lot was, I think it was Gale. I remember seeing Gale consistently, especially in England, when Steve Harmison used to just give him all the balls going away, and Gale just slapping the bat at them and hitting them for four. I think I remember him hitting 3 fours in a row. And you would think, well, okay, I get 12 runs off of the over now. Let me just take it easy. No reason to go for no more extravagant shot. I think the ball he got out to was like, I don't know. I don't know if he was gonna first slip or something, but the ball was so away that he had to actually stretch his body out to just play the
Hmm.
shot. And he got caught, and it was like, so, at the end of the day, you didn't realize that the man was trying to set you up. He balled 3 balls out there, get you driving at them or hitting, slapping at them, whatever you do. And instead of learning your lesson, you go back and try the same thing again and get up. You know, is just ridiculous how West Indies players go about playing the game. Like they just don't think the game through and just decide, you know what, we can do what we feel like. We can get this total, we can take a chance. We can get lucky, and it always end up with the same thing. And I don't know. I didn't watch like all 5 days of the games. I think I watched it first. I saw the first day, some of the third day, saw barely fourth day, and I saw the fifth day. And all they batted on the fifth day was like the only boy really batted to me like they had any sort of head really was Jason Holden. Really look at it. I mean, Sean Paul got stuck for the first time I was seeing in his entire Test career. So I
Pretty
mean, it's
much
like
actually. When I saw that, I was so shocked. I was like, "Wow, did that actually just happen?"
he ran down the wicket and he had it
Everybody
off.
around the ground was stunned. Even you could see even from the dressing room, they were like, wait, this really happened for true? China ball really walked down the stump,
I got
but
out.
sorry at that
Yeah,
ball.
amazing.
He ran down the wicket.
That thing about the field placings, though, that is another thing that you can thank IPL for, because they're also accustomed to IPL playing where you're more looking to catch ball that's coming straight at you and protecting runs rather than actually going after the batsman. Like there was a case in the second test where I can't remember who I got no, but some wickets had fallen for New Zealand. And normally you would think, okay, well, you have new batsman coming in, you're going to attack him. You would think that he would put in an extra slip. He didn't put an extra slip. He kept the field out. It was like,
Persist
what are you
with
doing?
one slit and one gully.
Exactly. It didn't make any sense. It's like you have the chance to pretty much bowl this team for little to nothing, but you're not attacking him. You have a bowler who's like, not Jason Holder, that guy who just came back. Oh my God.
Jerome
Yes.
Taylor.
Taylor,
Yeah, Taylor. Taylor is in form. Taylor is on point. Taylor is pretty much doing what Taylor knows best: keeping the ball
correct.
straight, keeping the ball swinging, and bowling on target. You have the guy coming pacing at men, and you don't have anything behind him. That you have like there's no second, third slip. There's no man in catching. He has to go and tell Randon to put a guy there in catching for him. It's like, what are you doing? They're so accustomed to IPL playing that right now the cricket is being ruined very much so.
That's very true, though. I was watching earlier some old West Indies cricket, like from the 80s and 90s, and those men used to really have attacking fields. Like they were
Exactly.
like they were convinced that everything in the
Look
slip.
at the fields that were
Like,
set for men like Malcolm Marshall and Michael Holding. It was like an umbrella field.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Man
everybody on the
he
bat.
had like five slits and like two gullies just for one single match. It's like it amazes
On
me
top
that
of that, short leg and silly point.
exactly if you actually like if the camera actually panned out and look at the field, you would see no one on the onside. There'll be no one there. Everyone is behind the stump in the catching position. But no. Even if you have a proper bowler now, even if you have like the best team, because right now Pakistan is doing pretty well. England is doing sort of well. Australia's not doing pretty well a long time, but Australia's still doing pretty well. They even have the top teams right now. Even they don't really set attacking fields. Sure, they might play like an extra slip, but they don't set attacking fields. Like, you have a guy coming in pacing at you, bouncers, because Yorkers down your toes, I like the field is lazy. So I don't get it. This IPL, I liked IPL before, but then whenever they start doing it to our batsmen, I was like, yeah, I'm not really interested.
Yeah, very true, and that's where you get somebody like Chris Gill being a West Indies test team, and you know, for me, I always continue to say that I do not think Chris Gill belongs in West Indies test team. He's good for the T20 one day, fine, but Test cricket with the way he bats is like it's very unpredictable. Gale could go out there now and make 100, and the team is off to a great start. Or Gale could go out there and play some foolish shot, as you saw in the second innings. Go out there, what he was trying to do, heave the ball over the top, swipe. I don't know what he was trying to do, and get both. You know, I mean, you need somebody out there with Craig Brathwaite that, yeah, they can attack, but you don't want somebody like that Sarabia, Gale. And I mean, thing with Gale, obviously, is that way he gets good bowling. He can't hit nothing. And I can't remember if it was the second or first test, but one of those tests where the men were bowling at Gale and everything, Gale just pushing it back out. I think it was the second test. Just pushing it back out and the ball just swinging, going away from him. Every ball is like you can see that he clearly for years had this weakness in his um in his batting, and he just doesn't, I don't know, raise above. But I don't think at this point it can make a difference because if he wasn't moving straight from 2000 when he first come in well, when I already heard about Gale, I don't think in 2014 he can be doing anything different. But of course, Gale's the poster boy for cricket, and he
Every
just
time,
loves it.
every time I see Gil get out in that fashion, I always remember the time when we were back at Foundation when I think they were having a tour against Sri Lanka, and in this tour against Sri Lanka, it was like Malinga, I can't remember the other faces, but Gil got out the same way every single time. The ball was swinging down leg side, and Gil and his no foot movement stance kept edging the ball to the keeper. I remember this up to this day because it happened every single time. It was like 5 1 days, and like 4 out of 5, he got that same exact way. And it's like, why do they keep picking this guy if he can't make any runs if the ball is even remotely swinging or it's like everything, even in the test matches, he got washed that way. I remember Tony Cozier up to this day. Tony Cozier was in the background. I think it was Ian Bishop and another guy who was commentating. Tony Cozier in the background. Tony Cozier let out a laugh that I remember up to this day. It was in the background. He could barely hear it, but you still hear it. It was like it was this comedy gold. Like, but yeah, the thing about Gale is that the reason why they won't replace Gale is because they don't have anyone else. That's pretty much it. They don't have anyone that they can say, okay, we can send it out there. Sure, they might make ducks, but there might come a chance if the stars are aligning properly that he will make a lot of runs. They don't have anyone else. They tried with a couple of persons a couple of years ago. I think one was from Rhode Islands. I'm not sure, but it's like they can't find anyone who is like Gale, who is like a person they can bet money on. Sure, they might lose money, but at a given point in time, they will win back all their money because Gil is that sort of person. Gil will come there, according to my father, let a couple of balls for sixes, they come forward and go back inside pavilion. That's the sort of player Gil is. Gil doesn't care to stick around. He cares about if the ball's in the slot, he will go after it. That's as simple as it is. So
Yep,
yeah,
yep, very true. I saw them try with Kieran Powell, but I don't know. They I don't know if they give up on him.
I think they
No,
want more for the middle order rather than opening.
yeah, 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 because he didn't he looked okay, but he didn't really look like he was comfortable during the opening role. So it's right as Shamar said, there's really nobody else to purely replace Gale, and that is the sad state of affairs in West Indies cricket. That you just have people in there that I mean, years gone by, it would have been very hard to actually get into West Indies cricket because of the
yup.
competitive nature of it. Now it's like, well, we don't really have anybody better, so we
Right.
want to, that we just stick with
If you
it.
go back to the days that when West Indies had won those 2 World Cups, that team that they had, Gary Sobers said himself, it was hard for him to get in the team. You have someone like Gary Sobers, who is pretty much the best all-rounder we've ever seen, having a hard time getting his own team.
Yeah.
His own team. It's like you cannot compare West Indies then to West Indies now at all.
Nope.
You had the
Too far
batsmen,
off
you
the mark.
had the bowlers, you had the all rounders, you had people that you could replace at any given time with someone who was almost as good and he was still pretty good. It's like you can't do that now. The problem with Chinese cricket right now is that they are not investing in players. They're not. They sure a couple of years ago they started doing the whole contract thing, which was pretty good. But it's like they don't invest in players. Like right now they have Sulman Ben. Sulman Ben for me is one of the best players we have in the Caribbean right now.
Yeah.
But they only picked him back again recently for this series. Before they didn't have him in the team at all. It's like why would they do that? You have one of the best spinners and bowlers in the Caribbean right now, but you don't have him consistently in the team. You have him fighting for place in the team.
Yeah.
Right now, I would say that West Indies have a solid bowling attack. Not the best bowling attack, but a solid bowling attack. That guy, Gabriel, I would take him out.
Shannon Gabriel.
Right, I would take him out.
Take him out. Take
For
him out.
now, I'll wait till he like gets back and wide form that this thing that he was in before. But I would take him out. I would put some on him. But right now they have a pretty solid bowling attack. But as they're batting that for years and years and years and years, even before a foundation, they were struggling with. They had Sarwan, but like I told Daryl earlier, when was the last time we said that Sarwan performed good? Like, at all?
To me, at international level, right?
At national, yeah, at all. Like, at all. Like, sure, he
It
made
will
like
have to be that England series at home. But then again, the pitches were so flat, it was hard for anybody not to make runs, you know.
exactly. And if you
Yeah.
have someone like Sarwan, who is supposed to be one of the best batsmen you have, which I never said he was, but one of the best batsmen you have, but everyone in the world and their mother knows your weakness. A bouncer going down leg side, and you will go after it. If everyone,
Wait, Bravo, no, everybody knows his weakness. Outside all stop, caught in slips. That's
it
it.
was so pitiful that years ago, I think it was Sri Lanka, I'm not sure, but Sri Lanka, they had a brand new person bowling. This guy, they pretty much took off county cricket and put in the team. The first ball he had at Sarwan bounced up, Sarwan got out. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? This guy, he just came in the Caribbean and he knows your weakness? I was like,
It's very true, you know.
it's so
Very true.
pitiful.
It's very true. It's the sad state of affairs, and when someone came back in the West Indies team this last time he was there, he didn't look half as fluent as he did before. You know, my best one time I can remember was when he was playing with against India, I think it was, with Carl Hooper. That was 2003, 2004, somewhere around there. And every game you guaranteed a 50 from Salwan. Well, an attempt at 100 sometimes, but him and Carl Hooper at that point was the stabilizing force
Exactly.
in the middle
Exactly.
order, you know, and after that period of time, you know, he had the ICC trophy, 2004, where Salwan went on there and just, you know, especially against Pakistan, the way he performed and all that, but, you know, Salwan's days is done. I can't see him, you know, being a West Indies team ever again, and I don't think at this point they're going to risk that really with him because of, again, all the controversy surrounding him and the West Indies team and all that too. So, you know, another guy for West Indies played the dust. So, you know, it seems like this is the team that West Indies is going to work with. And, you know, my father was saying that actually with Suleiman Ben that, you know, Suleiman Ben could have been a lot further West Indies cricket if it was the case he didn't get into so much. He wasn't such a, I don't know, mischievous, troublesome fella. He would be a lot further West Indies cricket. He can bowl really well. If you saw this thing of me, he was the only one stuck to me in the spinning department. I don't know where Shane Shillingford. I don't know Shane Shillingford technically gets for this match because I don't recall seeing him really do anything that was significant.
He didn't take a wicket. The only real significant thing he did was affect a run out.
Yeah, I mean he figures here 4.07 in the first innings and 4.50 in the second innings. He is the most expensive bowler in the entire West Indies team, and he had no
And
wicket.
considering that you had Shannon Gabriel in your team, that says a lot.
Yeah, 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 but that goes right back to I don't understand. And I saw a discussion people were having on Facebook. This group they were saying that West Indies lost because they didn't have the extra batsman and that kind of thing. I
I
mean,
would say that. I would say
you
that
know,
West Indies lost because West Indies is West Indies and they don't know how to bat or chase runs properly. Like if you think about it logically, you have a whole day to bat to make 300 a little over 300 runs. If
mhm,
you can make that amount of runs in 50 overs with ease, surely 90 overs plus, you should be able to get at least close to that. But they didn't.
Yeah, within 50 runs. Had the man bat a little more sensible, knock off him runs easy.
yep, yep. It's the format of West Indies cricket because the guys that are just always thinking
It's
in the
almost as
T20
if
tournament.
McCallum knew. It's almost as if McCallum knew. All right, typical West Indies come in. Let me declare early.
Yeah,
Yep,
they knew it. They
yep,
predicted that. They knew that that would happen. The only problem that they would have had is that they probably weren't sure if they would be able to bowl them out. But that's the thing. They had nothing else. They knew that Bassini wouldn't have made the runs. They knew.
yep. And that shows also the New Zealand team for being able to figure out exactly how West Indies perform and study West Indies. You know, I don't know if West Indies were studying them, but I mean, the New Zealand team, man, in this series, I can say that they play really well. There's some guys in there that stood out. But,
Kane
uh,
Williams for sure. Nobody even came close
oh
to
boy, that 161, he just tormented. Once it's 1-0, just torment the West Indies team. And that guy they brought in, what's his name, James, is Jermaine Neeson. I think this is only his fourth or what test, and I mean his average is skyrocketing. Man. He just came in the team. I know it'll go down eventually, but he just came into the team. He had 200s and I think he has 250s if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Four test
Just
matches.
250 and 100 in this series, and he just came off 100 against India. I think it was in New Zealand.
hmm Yeah, he has actually his average is 64 right now, 200s and 250s. Average is 64 in just four matches, and what better way to get yourself started in cricket than going against West Indies and tormenting them?
Wow.
You're really the practice team that you use to really get yourself established as a player. So that's that. So I guess we could
I
jump
know
on.
there was a word. I just wanted to get your guys' input on something. I know there
Yeah.
was a word around the ground that perhaps even Chanapal's son being thrown in the test team and to open alongside Craig. I just want to get y'all's input on that.
Well, I have not necessarily seen, but I've like heard stuff on both sides. I think it probably might be a good idea. At least test. Give Gil his bread that he obviously deserves.
Yeah, I think Gale needs to be doing the break. Let him just play T20s and what you guys know, especially with the World Cup coming just around the corner. Let him just focus on those. Bring someone along in the testing to open alongside Craig with his sort of mindset when it comes to batting, which is I can stay here for as long as possible and earn my keep and make a lot of runs.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Do you guys think that now that Buffett has made his first century? Well, I think he made it in the last match actually. Now he's
Yeah,
made his first century. Do you think he's now going to be a staple in the West Indies cricket team?
I think so, big. And what really upset me about his dismissal in the first innings was they sent a guy, I think it was Gabriel, if I'm not mistaken, but they sent him out with some water for Craig, and it was almost as if they were sending a message because it's like 10 minutes away from lunch. So it was quite obvious for everybody to see Gabriel talking to Craig, and it was almost as if they're telling him, all right, is lunch, because of how aggressive he was batting. And
Hmm.
it's almost as if they were telling him, it's lunch, watch yourself. And I can't remember who it was. I think it was Sir Vivian Richards. who said he really hated it, and I hate it too because they put confusion in Craig's mind, and it almost told in his dismissal he was almost unsure whether to drive at the ball or defend it. And when you find yourself in a situation like that, almost 9 times out of 10, it pops up because you can.
Yeah, yeah. I think that he will be more of a permanent force in the team because like I was thinking about the first time he came in. I think they just wanted to test the waters with him a bit because I myself knew he wasn't going to stay in there the first time. He just looked too inexperienced at the test level, and it was obvious he wasn't going to hang around. But this time, he's went back. He's learned from his mistakes, and I mean, he has 100, and in West Indies team, 100 qualified you for a long time. The way West Indies cricket goes. So, and the thing is, there's not, as we were saying about the openers, there's not really anybody can think about that they will want to really replace him unless they want to go back to Kieran Powell. But I can't really think of anyone they're going to replace him with because he made 100 and he did bat um, very good still in this series, in this test match also. So I mean, it's like I don't see him going anywhere. I don't know. Maybe Gale's helping him out in somewhere being there for the time he's actually there because you saw in the first innings um, how he was able. He made who was it? Gale made 68 and he made 44. Or was the other way around? Bradford made 68. Like and you saw your first wicket fall at 79. So I don't know if it's a case where Gale being out there with him give him some kind of momentum to actually keep batting. Maybe he's a little experience, a little I don't know whatever that help him to have that calming for us. Right, Gale go out there and do what he gonna do. So let me just stay out here and play my natural game and get through my innings and that kind of thing. But I do hope he stays there though, because he looks a lot better than last time. He was in the team. They look they look very comfortable. About Shannon Paulson, to be honest, I've never actually seen Shannon Paulson play. I was just checking out his statistics, and um, nothing there really looks amazing to me. But I don't know if it could be a case where he also goes through the Craig Barford experience too, and you bring him in. I mean, really and truly, what do you really have to lose? Bring him in. He goes and gets a little experience, not quite up to that level yet. And I'm sure that having his fucking team will probably add some kind of momentum, confidence to him. Yeah, he plays the same thing as my father, alright. If he could go up there and bat, maybe he could do the same thing too. So, no, at this
You
point,
know,
that's anything.
now that we were talking about Sarwan earlier, we pretty much said that his career is pretty much done. I'm here on ESPN website. The last time Sarwan played a test match was quite a while ago. It's 2011, June 20th to July the 2nd to 11. That is quite a while ago. The last time he played a ODI was last year in June, but the last time he played a T20 was in 2010 for the West Indies. And this is a guy who was pretty much called the star player West Indies a couple of years ago, even though he wasn't really performing at all. So that's finding that quite fascinating.
Yeah, yeah, long time. At this point, he ain't getting back at this level of Western cricket. So,
Do you remember years ago,
I think
it's actually like what, 7, 8, 6, where people like all over the Caribbean were pretty much arguing if Sean Paul should stay in the team because he is too old. How old is he now? He's not like 40 or something.
he's probably getting there. I think they said he's gonna be 40. They said the other day he was gonna be 40. If I'm not mistaken. Um,
I'm pretty sure he's like,
he's probably near there. Though. I actually heard Sean Paul talk and say that they used to try to force him out of the West Indies team.
right.
And
he,
they
he,
wanted.
he,
He's
40
30.
years old just now.
Yeah, he before he just know.
I'm gonna check.
And this is a guy who they say was too old to play cricket. Wow. Okay.
Sean Paul.
August.
Actually, yeah.
Just now.
Shannon Paul is going to be 40
Maybe
in
40 in August.
August. Yeah, 40 in August.
Yeah.
So, and he's still one of the best players that West Indies have right now. So, I mean,
He's probably one of the only players West Indies have right now, if you consider batting order.
I think he's going to be a guy there from England that you still can keep that played cricket for a number of years. Alex Stewart, what was his name?
Sure.
Yeah, he played up in his 40s. I think that's gonna happen to Sean Paul because if he goes for the team, I really don't know who they can put in there to stabilize that batting order. I could see some horrible batting performances and just a bunch of T20 scores. Well, can't even say T20 scores because T20 makes some pretty high scores these days. So probably
Exactly.
some school children performances or something because I mean, they rely so much on that guy, And Randon is not the most consistent cricketer that they have, even though he's captain. He still, to me, isn't consistent enough as a captain. But I don't know.
You
I
know,
think
funny.
the guy that showed the most promise this match was probably Jason Holder.
Yep,
Given enough um, investment and enough coaching, he could probably come out to be one of the best all rounders that we have right now.
yep, yep. He batted very good, very, very
You know,
good.
I find it interesting that years ago when Sammy was put as captain in the West Indies team, I think it was in Holder or someone else who has stated that the only reason he's in the team is because he's the captain. And
Yep,
now he's no longer captain, he's no longer in the team. That's found quite interesting.
yep.
Which
It's
is true.
I
Because
think captain's fair play too.
he did help out sometimes because obviously he was an all-rounder, so he bowled a couple of wickets, bad, made a couple of runs, but he was never that player that you were like, okay, we can pretty much you can save us. He was never that player.
He can hit some big shots when you're ready though. Like, just go there
Hey
and just slap.
Johnson, stop some balls and then get out and go back in the pavilion.
And he
Yeah, it's very true.
definitely didn't have enough pace to worry anybody. So even if you're outside of England, he was in trouble.
Yeah, very, very true. In our in the West Indies climate, is we really are a fast bowling type nation. Even in the old West Indies team, there weren't really spinners like that I can really think of. I know we had Lance Gibbs,
Mm.
um, but West Indies was never really known for their spin. But they didn't need the spin, You just had men coming through, 90 miles per hour bouncing at your head. You didn't really need spinners to do anything.
Which
But
is why I find it so weird that now, okay, we have a good blow on top, but now we don't really see the pacers as we did before. Like we have Fida Evers who got slowed down over the years, but he still blows up in the high numbers. But he's not consistent in the team, even though I think that he was probably one of the most consistent boys we had in the last 2 years. Sure, he didn't always take wickets, but his average was good enough for him to stay in the team. He was kicked out of the team. You have people like Tino Bass. They paid Tino for a couple of one internationals, I believe, and then he got dropped from the team. There was the other guy from I don't think he's from Barbados. I think he's from Trinidad. That they brought him a team for like a couple of matches, then they dropped him as well. So I don't understand exactly what's going on. Now they have Shannon Gabriel, who, mark my words, is going to be the new Dylan. So yeah, get beat both. That's what he's going to do.
or well, I guess Dylan is an upgrade from having that guy Sanford. Boy.
Oh boy, oh man, oh Stafford was, oh he was
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh
Terrible.
boy. Just thinking
Stafford
about
was
him,
terrible.
just very very comical. You just get smacked wrong. I mean, well, we already have some characters in Destiny's Creator. Well,
Mhm.
um, well, I think that we well on long enough. There's this these 4 days, I guess, the review of this cricket game. I don't have like I have a few pages of notes, but I haven't. I actually in between just got tired of taking notes for this thing. It's just very depressing. But heading into this game, I think Sodi was replaced by Neil Wagner. Um, anyhow, how do you all did you find that Sodi ball? Watching him perform because I just remember seeing him get beat around a little bit in 2 matches that he played.
Well, I think that the New Zealand selectors are pretty much just feeding out this guy for the time being. They're looking to build back their team because Dan Vittori hasn't played. When last time Dan Vittori played like a test match, hasn't been for a while.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna play anymore.
Exactly. So they lost their pretty much their star spinner. They don't have Shane Bond anymore. Shane Bar retired, I believe. I
Yeah.
believe. Right.
Mhm.
So right now they're just trying to build out their team. They're
I
pretty
think
much
he's a coach now, actually.
right. So right now they're trying to build back their team. So they're just pretty much experimenting, which is why people would say that that's the reason why bet teams bore them out so easily because they're experimenting with the team. So yeah.
Yeah, very true. I don't, so, but I mean, he's a leg spinner. He's a leg spinner, right? So you know, I guess with like spinners, they go through that period where it takes a while for them to really become good at that role. Like for instance, his name was no Shane Warne. I hope Shane Warne. It took a while for him to really get established as a top like sprinter for Australia. But once he got into that role, he just flew straight through and so became one of the best bowlers, well, one of the best spinners that Australia ever produced. So, and
Those were good days.
yeah, I'm sorry, Australia they still can't replicate him really up to this day. They try with many people, but you know, maybe if Stuart McGill was born after Shane Warne left, he would have been good. But you know, but yeah, so for this game, Sidney Wagner came in, Jason Holler and Shane Shillingford is back. Um, Jermaine Blackwood and Shannon Gabriel has been dropped. All right. Um, yeah. Um, well, like I said, I didn't really watch. I
Um,
watched the first day. Luke, you were there for the first day. So, um, how was it to you seeing New Zealand go out there and bat for the first day?
well, actually, Roach and Ben bowled pretty well. Um, they were actually the only wicket takers for that third test in the first innings. Um, Jason Holder, well, he impressed me with his bowling. The feeling everybody was having was why wasn't he being bowled enough? It's almost as if Ramin didn't want him to bowl because he had promised, but he just wasn't being given enough of the ball. So that had me kind of worried a bit. And as somebody I mentioned earlier, he persisted with a one slip, one gully field for a lot of both of the innings. Um, when he had chances to attack more, he didn't, and almost if Williamson didn't get out, he would have had more runs. Um, the only guy that really stood there, as we could see, was James Neesham. Jimmy Neesham.
Yeah.
He got 78,
Mm-hmm.
and basically just attacking from ball one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I was very impressed seeing how Kimaruch was bowling some. I think when he got out, it was Tom Latham, give him a lovely in swinger, got
Yeah.
him out there.
Got Rutherford caught by Chappell.
Yeah, got ready for out, caught by Shannon Paul at Milan. He just made four. I remember I was rooting for Hamish Rutherford to, it was Hamish Rutherford, yeah, to come into the team. And then, you know, to replace Peter Fulton, and now Hamish Rutherford has not really done anything. So, I don't know. Maybe, he just, I don't know, upset he was dropped or something, so he didn't make it to the first test or something, but it hasn't really looked that impressive to me, so he didn't make anything there. Kane Williamson, was caught out split by Bravo. Um, that ball was going where? I can't remember exactly, but that was
Uh,
came back to the bench.
More of a ball that was it was pitched up by Ben, give him a bit more flight, but he got because of his bounce, he got a little more because of his height. Sorry, he got a little more bounce, and Williamson couldn't really control it to Bravo slip.
Right. Um, and then it was also the case too with Brendan McCullum, who got an awkward bounce and ended up um, spooning the ball up in the air behind the keeper, and Bravo took that catch. But not sure what he was trying to do exactly. He was trying
I
to,
can blame IPL for that one too.
so he made the bounce, like how they tried to play the scoop shot. The
What he
scoop shot.
tried to do with the delivery.
Yeah. I feel as made players play some very innovative and shots
Yes,
that if it come off,
innovative.
if it comes off, it looks good. Everybody keep noise. If it doesn't, it looks
But
foolish for trying a,
exactly.
a weird looking shot. And it starts simple with the reverse sweep. But they had a probably reverse sweep, but now it's all kind of weird,
Paddle. Yes.
all kind of strange shots players playing now that
Keep your head.
yeah, I don't understand. And they're like players that they're just in team now to just play these sort of shots. And because the way commentators talk is like, oh yeah, this guy has some shot he called by some name, and then you see the guy play the shot, and then it's like, oh okay. That's what it come to now that players now switching in the middle of before the ball can out, turn their body now and scooping balls, that they're flicking something over their shoulder, all sort of weird shots. So um, I was saying in the vid, when I had done the second test that I don't think that I don't know Brendan McCullum these days is not the Brendan McCullum that I used to know that was very dangerous. In this series, he's been relatively quiet. He has he's made I don't know. I don't think he made any 50s for this entire series. He just hasn't looked like usual Brendan McCullum. So I don't know if it's a case where he's just not in form or he's at that point in his career now because he's in his 30s. I don't know if he's at that point in his career now where he's slowly getting down in performance and he's slowly heading out of the team. I don't know. But yeah, there's that. The half year Watland did not hang around. Ben gets that one. Also, we have Ben Yorkin, the Saudi, very good Yorker. Um, and you need some, like you said, made 78. You need some. He got a run out. Good train by Craig Braffett to the borders and got rid of him. Roach gets Wagner down the leg side. Ford runs down the wicket to Ben, misses and is stumped. That's 5 wickets in the for Ben, 4 for Roach, and this is Ben's fourth 5 wicket haul, so that is great for him. And New Zealand are ball out for 293. And West Indies end that day basically 32 without loss. See Gale playing some good pull shots to the boundary, end the day at 32 without loss. So as we were saying all along, West Indies bowling performance has been their highlight, and it's just like I don't know if the selectors have to be kicking themselves. You bring in Shane Shillingford and did nothing to speak about when you could have had the extra batsman in there in Jeremy Blackwood to hopefully do something. You have Shane Shillingford, he didn't have any real impact, have any impact that he run out on the game, and it's like I could have really done without him really being inside the team for you know this one. So 32 without loss, and that ends day one. There's everything to add about that.
Not really. It's pretty much a prelude to disaster for West Indies.
Yep, yep. Well, for day two, I don't really have anything here other than Gale fell for 42, and
Wow.
Braffett fell for 68, and they ended there 169 for 2.
Yeah, it was rain, lot of rain that day.
Yeah, so a pretty rain out there for them. Um, Day three, we have we said errors and Braffett going out there, and Bravo, Bravo departed May dress 24, chipping the delivery from New Wagner to Gully. That's what Luke was saying earlier. Just have the few set up for Bravo, and he just falls right into the trap. That was it for him. 2 overs later, Sarah Sins reached 200. Edwards batted well, but he eventually fell for 58. A ball sent, he had a ball high up in the air from Tim Selvey, and Hamish Rutherford took that catch. Um, yeah, he just continued on from there. Chandra Paul and Dennis Ramden would have gone in at lunch, I think. Well, no, actually, Chandra Paul actually got out just before lunch for
Just
50.
for right on his stroke of lunch.
Well, here, and that's another thing with West Indies cricket also that they always lose wicket at these critical points, the crucial points. Like, I don't know if they still take these things serious, but it's like once upon a time, if a player went in with the score like going like say you were 150 for one, we went in with that confidence and came back up with that same confidence while we went in with the advantage. Now they're going 150 for two. You know, the wicket just losing just before lunch, just before tea, just before the end of the day's play. And that was the problem I had with West Indies, even though they won the second test. I had a problem there where you had Brathwaite and Bravo batting well, but at the end of the day, you know, both of them get out. But the team, you know, in a situation where you could have just had one guy go, if anything, and then you have the next guy come back the next day and back. But, you know, like Sawan back in the day, and he could never
Uh,
bat overnight, never could bat overnight. You know, he go up there, could make 100. He had to make the 100 that day, or the next day he ain't making it. You know, he can get out. So that's it there for them. So Sean Paul, he made 15. West Indies were in there for 240 for five. This brought out Jason Holder, and the Pure went out there and they batted well. Randy eventually fell for 49. It was LBW to bowl. Kmart Rush came out. It didn't last very long. He departed without scoring. Um, who else? So two quick wickets, but Holder and Shane Shuttleworth got past the New Zealand total. And Holder and Shuttleworth would stay together to the prep on 36 for the next wicket, and then eventually, before yeah, next wicket fell. Who was that? Got out? Was it Shuttleworth? No, it was who that got out? Um, I don't know. Yeah, I probably made a mistake here. But anyways, West Indies eventually just they were bowled out for what we have here 317. Just leading by 24 runs. Could have been a much bigger lead, you know, in all honesty, but 24 runs and you know New Zealand's going to come out there and put a lot of pressure on them. So West Indies managed though, however, to get three wickets before the day ended. Tom Linton made a duck. Hamish Rutherford um, and Kane Williamson managed to get the score going, but on 56, um, another wicket fell. Rutherford nicked one through to random off Roach, and Ross Taylor fell quickly this time, caught Bravo off Holder, and New Zealand went in at the end of the 323 for three. You guys have anything to add? Or just finish, just go straight through.
yeah, guys, yeah, Drew.
Alright, well, therefore, I don't have much notes. I just have lovely and swinger by Roach. McCollum gets out. BJ Watley flashes at a wide one and goes, and Roach gets his 100th Test wicket. So, say he's the 19th West Indian to take a 100th Test wicket, so that's a accomplishment for him. I was trying to figure out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the state of West Indies cricket. Only 19 cricketers in forever taken that have taken that amount of
This Kimar Rush, right?
yeah Kemar Rush.
But that's good for him because he hasn't been playing for us that long.
Yeah, but I see Kemar Rush actually is a very attacking bowler for West Indies. He has that sort of
Yeah, he's more of a
player.
Jerome Taylor is more of a what's the word? He's more of a Corey Collymore, more in that he keeps the lane straight. Right, he keeps the lane straight. He keeps it swinging. You can confidently take some wickets and all that jazz. But Roach is more of your typical attacking bowler who is more concerned about taking wickets rather than keeping the score down.
And I honestly I don't mind that. Like for me, Marco Marshall's one is probably my favorite bowler of all time. And you know he was just very attacking. And my thing is that a fast bowler, you're there to take wickets. I don't mind if you get hit before as well. Well, that's happening, but make sure you take in wickets. And I don't know if it's the case now where cricket has gone to a point where you just have guys in the team that are just there to keep the score down, just keep the figures relatively economical. But back in the day, nobody didn't really care about that. The men just came out there and their mission was just to take a bunch of wickets. And if you hit them, you hit them. So be it. But now West Indies cricket is at a point where you don't see enough attacking players going on.
Well, see that's the thing for cricket on a whole actually because there was a discussion years ago on like can't remember one of the calling programs, that cricket now seems to be more geared towards the batsman. Like most of the rules that you have now, like you
Mhm.
can't bowl X amount of boxer to an over, and all sort of stuff. It seems to be geared towards the batsman. Like even in one day international, power play. Sure, a good team with good captain can use the power play in his favor when he's bowling, but more often than not, the power play is for the team who's batting to make more runs. Everything's geared towards it. Like in the one days, you can't bowl down like say, all right, so wait, it's geared toward the batsman. So you know have up and coming teams and captains and bowlers and batsmen and what have you. They come with this mentality that if we are bowling, we bowl to keep the score down and take wickets. That's the order in which they think. If you're batting, we come in and let both the ball and then try to keep our wicket. That's the sort of thing that they think. So now we have people who's coming up looking to score runs. They're not looking to stay, looking to score runs quickly. We have bowlers coming up who's looking to keep the score down rather than actually take wickets. And even though we have like Kimar Roach, he's an attacking bowler, but he doesn't have an attacking feel when he's bowling. So it's like, well, so what's the point?
It's very true. They're playing it safe these days. Fast bowling is not the same
No,
as
it's
it
not the
was.
same.
I've never understood why you have limits on a man being able to bowl bouncers in a test match. I mean, there are some people that are ridiculous that will um, try to like overdo it with the bouncers, but in most cases, you're at international level. When you were playing back at secondary school or um, you play first division, second division cricket, you know, bouncers is something you should be able to handle. I know you get the international level to take all that take that away from the bowler. So now the bowler can't bounce more than what is it? I think it should be twice as it once now.
In
I
test,
mean
I think
in
it.
test matches, it's twice. In one, this thing is one that's low.
once, and then you get the the umpire there signaling, oh yeah, that's it for the over.
Exactly.
And what's the fun of that? And so now the bowlers have to now find creative ways to get the players out. But a bouncer was always aware of a bowler letting you know, hey, you can't hit me as much as good as you is. I can give you something to hit. I coming at your head. Of course, there's some players you just can't bounce at, but for the most part, that was always something bowler had in his arsenal. But no, they take that out to be
So, something you always used to look for in a test match is when a new batsman coming in, and men like Brett Lee used to do this. Men like Johnson, you saw him in the Ashes doing it. Men like Akhtar, guys that had pace. They would give you a bouncer and then they would come up in your face and welcome to the crease. I'm gonna be here all day and I can give you as much trouble as possible.
Exactly. That was like even with like Tino Best, he might not be the most consistent bowler, but I remember when Tino Best when he played in test matches, every time there's a new batsman, he would just fly a bouncer up in your face. He would just come and give you that look like, yeah, yeah, I right here. I ain't getting away yet.
Uh,
It's like you have these aggressive players, but you don't have the rules in the game to support them, and you don't have the field to support them either. It's like Kimar Roach. Kimar Roach had I remember when Kimar Roach first came in the team, he was I can't remember who he was playing against, but he was one of the consistent, not necessarily boxer, but short deliveries. So he had the batsman fending off. But look, he didn't have a silly. He didn't have three slips. He had no gullies. And most of the team was back on the boundaries. Like, so why is he bowling like that?
yeah.
It made no
mm,
sense.
Doesn't make any sense, no whatsoever. There's been a lot of changes in cricket that has not been for the better, and bowling is not the same as before. So it's
it's
very
almost
disappointing.
most of this test match is almost as if Ramden was setting a field for the bad ball.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
That is all West Indies play their cricket a lot. They set the field for the bad bowling. You know,
But see that thing, you have to be confident enough in your bowler that okay, I know you're gonna bowl the occasional bad ball, but I know you're gunning for this man. So what I do, I gotta set the field for you. Simple as that. Even if you get lit out, I know that you gunning for this man. So this man is gonna be on his
right.
toe. But he's
yeah,
gonna be
Right.
on his toe. If you see
And
all
it's almost as if he wants to do it, but he's just set him the field in case it doesn't go according to plan, or I put in this man on the long leg boundary and this guy on cover boundary just in case it doesn't go the way I want it to, or just in case the ball starts bowling nonsense. Then I got
Exactly.
at least I got someone on the boundary to cover it. But I mean, you gotta have confidence in the man to bowl to his field that he wants and hit him my wicket the
Exactly.
way he's trying to get it done.
Like even years ago when
Uh-huh.
Tino Best was in the test match and I think it was against Sri Lanka. Tino Best had this guy, whoever opened, on his toes. Tino Best got lit for a four. As soon as he got lit for a four, the captain changed the field and set a man on the boundary. Sorry, it was Sammy. Sammy changed the field and set my man. And Tony Cruz was like, why is he doing this? It's one single ball. Why are you changing the entire field for one single ball getting the ball? It made no sense. You had three slips. You had a gully. You had everyone up underneath the batsman ready for this guy to make his mistake. One single four right here and you changed the entire field. It made no sense to me.
It's very true, you know. Very true. That I don't know if the coaches tell them, well, you know, if a guy get hit for four, you have to make sure that you set the field for the next bad ball. But whoever that co- if whoever the, if, I mean, if the coaches are telling them that, then they need different coaches because you don't set fields like that for bad. You're here to take wickets, you know. I think that's why people no longer care about Test cricket, you know, because just like there's no attacking nature for the men, where it's like they can feel the tension around the ground, you know. It's like what gonna happen next is like, well, you know, the guys can just push on the ball and set the men on the boundaries, just get a single. Honestly,
Sorry.
though, I don't even know if I was playing Test cricket if I could see myself really getting out, ever trying to hit the ball to the ground, because it's like there's so much. You can set the field back, you can push back the field. All they have to do, in all honesty, is just look to get singles if they can't hit the fours or anything like that. Because like,
And like you have people like Courtney Ambrose, and you have people like Sagari Sobers. You have other people who are advisors to the team. What exactly are they advising? Because as far as them advising, you haven't really seen any change. Like even like slightly any sort of change when it comes to batting spirit. Like okay, you have Courtney Ambrose, a guy who's known for his attacking bowling. The balls aren't attacking. The field isn't attacking like Garfield Sobers, known for his bowling and batting. The batters aren't batting as though they want to stay on. They
yeah,
aren't batting as though they want to place the ball where the ball should be going. It's like, what are they advising exactly?
that's what always puzzles my mind, because I see all these I see the coaches that they bring in and all that sort of thing, but it's like there's no substantial. I can't look at Leicester team and say, well, wow, you know, since they've had this coach, the team has been changing this and that around. And there's not even a case where the guys are even winning the games to actually say, well, even though they're not substantial changes to the feeling or whatever the case is, they're actually winning more games, so the coaches must be trying to say, like, it's like you get a case where Leicester win a few games, start feeling good again, and then it's back to the same nonsense again and again.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make any sense, you know, whatsoever. So I don't know. I don't know if the case where they talk to the players and then at the end of the day the players just say, well, I don't care what you're saying about them, do what I want anyways. You know, like this sort of mentality, because it's very disappointing when that actually happens. Um, back to day four, Taylor was caught on ball. Taylor caught on ball. He got rid of Saudi. They said this was Taylor's first wicket for the Test match. That was very surprising there. Um, the rain ends the day on 331 for seven, and New Zealand hadn't actually come back out and bat. It probably realized it made no sense to go back out there, as Shamar said earlier. You know, it doesn't. Um, they knew that West weren't going to make those runs, so
Pretty much.
you know. To be honest though, I didn't watch it last night, but I heard about what was happening with the West Indies. But I saw all the rain and all that, and I was like, okay, well, this match is already a draw. I mean, silly me thinking West Indies were actually going to draw this game. And then I,
Yeah.
then I got checking the results, and I saw West Indies getting beat. And I was just baffled. I'm like, you had the last day of bat and you lost. You,
Yep.
you, you didn't try to draw the game.
A lot of the guys were pointing out to a match that happened recently a little while ago. It was a 1 day match at Kensington Oval, South Africa, West Indies. They had, I think it was I think it was 2 runs to win or 1 run to win, and I think it was in Langeveld. Carl Langeveld got a hat trick, and I think 4 wickets for 1 run, and South Africa won the match. And the guy said from then on, nothing West Indies do could surprise me.
It's very true, though. At this point, there is really nothing new with West Indies team. As I always say, West Indies is a team that will snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, and they do that exceptionally well. Every single
More
time
often than not.
you get your hopes up, you say, all right, this one they definitely have to win. There's no way they can lose this one. And somehow the team just pulls off the most ridiculous thing. I don't know, like they scared to
I,
win or something.
almost came to a point where I had to stop um, hoping for a win for a while. Or whenever I would hope for a win, I would say, okay, if this man could just stay in for a little while, or these two could make together maybe a couple hundred partnerships along the way, maybe we could win. And then let's say, 7 wickets for 50 runs, and the man all out by the three. And it's like, okay.
I would like to if I had time I would like to do a statistics of West Indies thing and see how many test matches in the last 10 years. How often has West Indies actually batted more than 1 day? Um,
It's
Before
true.
some interruption of rain or something like that, because you would think a really think about off the top of my mind is when Brian Lara made his 400 not out.
Oh,
I
that was.
I
Oh,
can't I can't think of any other occasion where like in the last 10 years I'm trying to think, but I can't really think of any occasion where West Indies been out there.
The
Oh,
only other one
12,
besides that
Brian
that I
Lara,
can think about right now. The only other instance I can think about right now is the 418 that we managed to um chase down in the fourth innings at Antigua to win
oh
the
yeah,
match.
that one too. But not actually.
everyone was surprised at that.
I never actually remember though. Last year against that was last year. Maybe I was in New Zealand. It was last year. Right there, Marvel made his two
That Bravo made double hundred, yeah.
his double century. So that's the occasion. But how consistent is West Indies in batting more than 1 day?
That happens like once in a blue moon.
Yeah, it shows the team and Darren Barber for that game batted very responsible. You know, and outside of that, you get the rest of after that. You don't really say anything where you can say, well, this is a habit now for West Indies team. Is like West Indies team is more accustomed to going through the emotions of not winning games. They're consistent at losing. You know, and that's the thing. Team like just don't have that momentum to. Every time something gets started, the team ends up going back to that point where they lose again and again. The same disappointing thing over and over. So I was saying, rare ends that day. Williamson batted really well for his 161 not out. And I don't know, I didn't actually check it out, but I'm assuming he's probably man in the series or something.
Yeah, he is. Man in series.
He batted really well throughout this whole series. So, you know, I guess New Zealand will be very happy about that. Looking at West Indies team, I trying to figure out who I would say was the most outstanding player for the entire series.
That's easy.
Shanabal.
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Spinner. Tall guy. What's his name again? What's his
Who's
name?
that?
man.
Ben?
Ben.
Should
There we
Ben?
go. Yes,
You know
Ben.
Ben?
Ben was the most consistent when he came out to do what he had to do. And he's made a couple of runs in the early Ben.
I don't know. I was thinking at the same time to Craig Bradford because they string together a couple of good performances. The good
Yeah,
games he also played.
if
Um,
thinking about guys for the future and who have really promised this series, I guess you would say Craig and then Jason for the good test. I hope those that they don't screw with these guys now and mess them up. And they have so many other players, so many other promising players. Men like Adrian Barat, who got 100 on debut in Australia, if y'all remember. Um,
yeah.
Man like that, just not enough investment in them, I suppose.
Yeah, what became of Adrian Baraf? Uh, boy. So, yep, that is still my senior the field game. So, um, so yeah, it's 307. No, my seniors have to win. 308, sorry, I think. To win, graphic. Let me see. I have took a few notes basically of the seniors man getting out. Graphic tried leaving alone a ball and got a ball trying to. It looked very comical the way Graphic got a ball trying to paddle and he just hit it right back onto the stumps. Edwards pushed that one outside his stun. He got caught. Gale called swiping, heaving, whatever you want to call it.
Ah, cold, baby.
Got ball all over the place. Shannon Paul, we said earlier, stumped for the first in his career. Came on the wicket. Paddled, missed the ball. He went back in the pavilion. Rondell was caught pushing at one. Looked like he came back in. I was going to I'm not sure. That was him. Bravo batted, pretty good, but again, caught splashing at one outside his own stump. And then from there, you get those detail. Jason Hoyle batted very good. Very, very good performance by him. Um, and you have Shane Shillingford again making runs. It's like Shane Shillingford is in the team also known for his batting because Bowling wasn't saying anything for this series. So
Yeah, it is.
the team for his batting. And you just get Ben and Taylor um, chipping in between. Jason Hoyle got a ball by one that kept low. I think it was a bit hard done there, but he batted good, like I said. Yeah, West Indies ended up losing basically by 58 runs. So that gave New Zealand the series 2-1. And I don't know, did they retain the trophy? Or, well, of course they retain the trophy. West Indies didn't get any set of trophies ever. So 2-1, and that is the West Indies series against New Zealand. Even despite the rain, West Indies still managed to lose.
Wow.
Yep. So that's the state
Right.
of West Indies team. I don't know going forward what they're going to do different because
Nothing.
that's basically it. You know, it's very hard to really get excited about West Indies cricket. That's the honest truth. Because at the end of the day, it amounts to nothing. You watch a couple good performances and you go, okay, when is it going to be another bad one? And it doesn't take long. So, yeah, I guess that's basically it. You guys can give your closing thoughts and we can end this video because it's probably an hour or something. I don't know how long it is.
Yeah,
But,
it is all right, something actually.
yeah, so you guys give your closing thoughts. If you want to, we can, tell anybody where to follow you or anything like that if you want to. And yeah, you can just end the video from there. So, Lou, Shamar, you can go first. Well, whoever wants to go first.
Well, no one can follow me anywhere because I don't want anyone following me. So yeah, there's that. Also, on a side note, I looked up like the upcoming matches for like West Indies for like the rest of the year. It's already
Uh-huh.
good. There's only like
Not
5 test matches.
we got the T20s against New Zealand coming up Saturday and Sunday. Then we
Yeah,
have
Yeah.
here
Bangladesh.
for matches, few one days here and there. I mean,
Right.
but we really our competition is Bangladesh, and then we got South Africa. Where we got to go. I think that's later this year, early next year, and then the
Right,
World
exactly.
Cup, which is around the corner.
Our next test match is all the way down in September, and that's against Bangladesh.
Yeah,
Who, to be fair, has given us trouble in the past. So yeah,
yeah.
there's that. Oh well.
But I mean, we have a 1 day World Cup coming up. I'm surely in this New Zealand tour they're gonna throw a few 1 day here.
I am sure, however, that we might. I can see West Indies doing in the day only for the fact that we have a pretty okay bowling attack. I can see that happening. If the toss goes in West Indies' favor most of the time, I can see us getting like at least to like probably semi-final round. I can see that happening. It happened the last time. So yeah.
Yes.
Never got it. Never got it. Alright, yeah, well, got it. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so you guys finished up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So, you guys can subscribe to my channel here, DJ Inspires. Anyone's interested. Um, Dharma24 for Twitter, Facebook, Darren Nichols. I don't really do anything on Facebook, cricket related. Probably more so Twitter, but yeah, follow me on that. And um, working on my blog site. Anything well that's non cricket related. I'll probably put the link in the description below. I was thinking about doing cricket articles, but I don't really know if I really want to right now. If someone asks me to, I'll do it. But aside from that, not really a big deal. So I guess you'll leave it as that. We're supposed to do another video on the review of the Test series, but I think we basically covered West Indies' performance for this Test series. And yeah, we just have the T20 now to basically look forward to. So something that West Indies will probably win out. You get Gale going out there and batting slow, and
He's actually resting at T20, so
he's resting.
Wow.
yeah.
That is extremely surprising. And
Actually, let me end off. Let me just look at the squad here quick. Um, I'm not sure why they left out Jason and brought in the fella Sheldon Cottrell. Um, but I'm gonna look at the squad here quick. Of course, old boy Sammy is captaining.
Wow.
Yeah, here it is. We have Sammy captain, Samuel Badgery, Christopher Barnwell, Darren Bravo, Sheldon Cottrell, Andre Fletcher, Sunil Narain, Kyron Pollard, Dennis Ramdin, Andre Russell, Ishmar Santoki, Lendo Simmons, and Vic Smith.
oh boy.
That's quite a mixed bag for a team.
So West Indies decide to do a
I'm actually trying to find out and out fast bowler, and the only one I can see is Cottrell. Apart from that, they have mostly all rounders really. Actually, Santoki as well. Okay. We got
I hope Andre Russell doesn't do too much bowling in this T20 series. I hope he,
I hope not.
I hope he does more batting because his bowling is ridiculous, man. And he's overrated in the bowling department to me. I don't know, like they consider him an all-rounder, but
I don't think he runs in with a plan in his mind. I think his plan is just to run and bowl as fast as he
just to
can.
bring over his arm. That's the honest truth. He just runs through, whacks, he get hit for six. Okay, well let me run through again. Whacks, hit for six again. It's like
Run through, same place.
Yes, the mentality.
there's no plan in his thing. So he's a batsman that could bowl a little bit. You toss in the ball where you don't have anybody else on the pitch that could do something.
The one good thing about him is he has pace. The only good thing about Gabriel as well is he has pace. But none of these guys knows how to control it.
Yep. So it's basically a waste of time where that's concerned. So yeah, I don't know if we'll do a review for the T20 before preview. Sorry for T20 before it starts. So we'll just wait till they start to see what happens because I don't know. So we'll leave it as that. Yeah. So thanks everyone for tuning in, or whoever's going to watch the video later. Remember to like the video, subscribe, and thank you for joining. So yeah, and we are out.